Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Titan Nation. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good holiday break. But the Tennessee Titans are back in gear. They're 10-5, ready to lock up the AFC South and maybe get that number one seed. But we have the hot, streaking Miami Dolphins. And I have a friend with me, Allie, super fan, Dolphreaky, with me to break down this pregame matchup. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. I didn't mess up the name. You saw that?
No, you did good.
I got nervous too. I was like, Dolphreaky. So how did that come? Dolphreaky? Is there a story behind that by any chance?
Yeah, there is.
All right, go ahead.
So this it came about kind of by accident, but when I was 19, I think we're going back to 2009-ish. I did a fan contest with DirecTV called the Ultimate Displaced Fan. Okay. And you had to do an essay and a video and explain why you were the ultimate displaced fan. So why you were a fan of a team, not from your hometown. Mm-hmm. And so the thing that I did just a little kind of rap video in my Dolphin cave at the time. Okay. The Dolphreaky Fan Cave Edition 1. This is now edition 5. But so I did a little a song and dance. And so I thought it would be funny to have a rap name. Mm-hmm. And, back then I wasn't a super fan or anything. I was just, a big Dolphin dork growing up in Pennsylvania. So I was like, oh yeah, I should make a rap name. Dolphreaky Phins is what it was. And then I kind of just shortened it. And as I got more popular and more and more and more into the Dolphins as the years went on, I just kept it.
Gotcha. Dolphin. I like it. And it's a good story too. Dolphreaky. Yeah. That's good. I was like,
And at the time, the things that I would wear to the game, I had a spiky wig and it was half orange, half aqua. And it was, it was more like a freak show type of.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So as I got older, I kind of cleaned it up a little bit.
All right. So do you go with kind of the same costume or you kind of switch it up every game?
I switch it up every game. So as you can see, I have many different wigs. I mean, there's it goes on and on. I don't know if I can show you this.
Oh, wow.
But I have more. And then I also have a helmet collection. So a lot of my fan kind of costumes are related to the Dolphins being in a rebuild phase. And so that's kind of where the construction helmet came about. And so it started off with just the basic pink helmet. And then at the time, the Dolphins were seemingly tanking. And so I had a very viral picture with a stop tanking stop sign. And so then I just decided to carry over with the construction helmets. And so now I have 7 helmets.
Wow.
So yeah, over the last 2 years, I've really done the helmets a lot and the hair. So
nice. Have you worn the helmet this season?
Yeah. So actually I had 2 helmets that I've had, but the other 5 have come from this season. So
oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're still obviously rebuilding and hopefully coming to, hopefully the rebuild is doing its thing and we're getting there. But yeah, so I have all different types of helmets. I could literally do a podcast just about that.
Oh, you should. I mean, you have the background for it. It's better than mine. And do you guys have a dolphin person, like Mrs. Dolphin or Mr. Dolphin? Do you guys have a fan, a super fan like that, or no? That someone dresses up like a whole dolphin, or no?
We don't have a whole dolphin that I know, but we have so many super fans. They're all so unique and different, females and males alike. We have gorillas. So a lot of people know our gorilla Luke and gorilla Josh, which has nothing to do with the Dolphins. Yeah. Big shout out to my buddies. And then we have, all different types of people. We have, gosh, there's so many of them. A lot of the females kind of do, wigs and tutus and cute outfits. And the guys, we have a lot of guys that some of them switch it up for every game, but people like Stripe, who's kind of I would call him the father of our big group called the Deep End. And that's kind of where our super fans sit. Our super fans are scattered throughout the stadium. We're all season ticket holders, but we do have a little section where you can find a lot of our super fans, and that's called the Deep End. And Stripe is kind of like the father of that group, and he kind of wears like a stripe hat, so he's very iconic. And if you Google Dolphins fans, you're gonna see him.
Gotcha.
And we have Chucky, who's kind of like off of like the Chucky doll. And so he used to rock like a Chucky mask. I haven't seen that in a bit, but yeah, we do have a lot of like very unique type of people, but not even really just like sea creature type,
That's what I was thinking, like maybe. But then there's some that are kind of like you head scratcher. I think we have one is like Spider-Man Titan. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. It's just a little strange, but we do have a gentleman that's from Mexico and is at the game every single Sunday. And
are you talking about Alejandro?
Well, that's one of them, but his name is Chili Pepper. He has
cool.
He has a little red chili pepper hat, beard. He's always at the game. That's one that we really like just because of his, just the way he is, and he's a really nice person. And then we have another gentleman named Titan Man, and he's like from head to toe, just in armor, and he blows fire. And who else? There's Macho Man Titan. There's a couple of Macho Man throughout that I've seen in the NFL, but Macho Man Titan. So shout out to my super fans. They're awesome for the Titans as well.
And
for the
takes
Dolphins.
a lot. It takes a lot to keep up with the outfits, and it's not comfortable, especially in Miami. I think that's why a lot of people don't do it, because it is so hot and it is so brutal. And you can ask the gorillas; they're in full gorilla mask, like fuzzy outfits and everything. And it's hard. It is hard.
Yeah, I agree. But again, shout out to all the super fans out there. I mean, I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. So shout out to them. But let's dive into this game, as the Dolphins are going to Nashville, which is gonna be cold. It's gonna be like 34.
It's gonna snow.
Yeah, so I'm saying like that might be an advantage towards obviously the Titans, playing that weather. What do you think about this game? What are you most excited about? What are certain things that us Titan fans would be worried about?
Yeah, so I'm headed out to Tennessee on Saturday, so I'm super
you're going?
excited. Yeah, and I've never been to Nashville, so this is going to be so much fun. It's just a short trip and very impromptu. I wasn't really planning to go, but it just kind of worked out with my work schedule, so I'm going. So obviously I'm looking forward to going, but I'm also looking forward to seeing my old friend Tannehill again, and just seeing how the Dolphins can do against you guys. I know, you guys have a lot of injuries, and maybe it's not exactly fair, but like we are on a roller coaster season, and I want to keep it going. We want to get our 8th in a row. So
yeah, definitely. Do you think? Are you convinced with the win streak right now with the people or the teams you played? That's the only thing I have. Again, coming from Miami and stuff, I have a bunch of friends, and I'm just at the same time, it's hard to win in the NFL, but the teams that you guys played so far, I mean, you guys played Jacksonville, you guys played the Jets twice.
There's no doubt that our schedule was very easy this year, and all of us massively regret the way that we started out the season, because there was no reason we lost to Jacksonville. There was no reason why we lost to Atlanta and Indianapolis. Like, those games we wish we had back, And so like before the season started and coming off 10-6 last year, we felt like we can only go up from here, right? Mm-hmm. And so my prediction early on was, okay, we're going to go 12-5. So like some of the games that I knew we weren't going to win was Tampa, and I didn't think we were going to beat Baltimore. And so like now it's weird because, some of the teams that I didn't think we would beat, we have, mm-hmm. and teams that I thought, oh, easy wins, we lost.
Yeah.
And so we've had like just this crazy turnaround, lost the first game or won the first game and then lost 7. Mm-hmm. And most of us were like, what is going on? Like, what happened to our team? And so then, out of nowhere, like something just changed and like the momentum shifted. And so, we won against Baltimore on Thursday Night Football, and like we just kept going. And so we're all like kind of just astounded on how it's worked out so far. And New Orleans was one that I wasn't really sure. And then, of course, these last 2 against you guys and against the Patriots, we're nervous, yeah. But, obviously we did have a very easy schedule. So, I can't deny that.
I mean, see, here's the thing. Like, I understand. Yeah, that's why I'm not convinced about the Dolphins. But at the same time, you can't deny that they haven't been playing well. They've been playing very, very well, regardless of what I think or what anyone thinks. The defense has been stepping up. Tua's been playing a lot better, so they're getting that comfortable. They're getting, and that's important. And it's always important to kind of get hot at the right time. You don't want to start off too early and get hot because usually teams fade and this and that. I think the Dolphins started something mid-season really, really good and just kept it going, which is good. And you kind of still want, even though you play really bad teams sometimes and they're not above 500, it's still like a confident booster for the team itself. And that's why
Yeah.
they
And at the end of the day, a win is a win,
exactly.
And so there is something to be said. Like, I think we salvaged the season at the right time. Had we waited one more game, like, we would not even be, in this position. And to be even like sitting in the 7th seed right now, I'm like, what? Like, if you had talked to me 7 weeks ago, I would have been like, wow. But yeah, so yeah, we've come a long way now.
Who is it the offense we have to worry about? Is the defense? What do you think is your pros matching up with being the Dolphin fan you are?
I think for you guys, you need to worry about our defense for sure. Our defense has been straight fire
Mm-hmm.
and putting points on the board, getting the takeaways. And last week, we had 8 sacks. And I know that, I guess my understanding is that maybe your weak spot is your offensive line a little bit, and Tannehill is repeatedly hurried and that type of thing. So get ready because it's coming.
Yeah. The good thing is, the 49ers game, there was 2 of our offensive linemen that were out. I think both of them due to COVID and stuff like that. They're back, and then their backup to them are back. So basically, we have our offensive line back together because it's been crazy. Again, the Tennessee Titans have been dealing with so many injuries. I think the most in the NFL. I think at one point we had 18 people on IR, and that's nuts. But the fact that
that's crazy.
the fact that we managed to still pull that off and get a couple wins is really good. But our offensive line should be back together. Again, AJ Brown is someone I think you guys need to worry about. I mean, he went off in the second half against the 49ers and it's looked good. And again, there's Julio Jones. Even though he hasn't been a target, he still has to be accounted for. Him being on the field is something to watch. Tannehill, I want to see what Tannehill does. First time playing. That's crazy. It's his first time playing against the Dolphins since he's been let go.
Yeah.
And it could be his second straight AFC title and against his former team that let him go. Like that's – and I don't blame the Dolphins too much. I think Adam Gase had a lot to do with him. He wasn't a really good – so, and half the people are like, oh, this is a revenge game. Like half the people that, the coaching staff that were with Tannehill are not even there with him anymore. So I don't think it's not personal.
Yeah. I think that's what he said too in the press conference. Like he doesn't have any like ill will against Miami. And like we did get him a start, and the system wasn't right for him at the time. And so I don't fault him for anything. Like I do have a lot of love for Tannehill still. And even like last year's playoffs, like I was rooting for you guys through and through.
Yeah.
But I think, of course you want to beat your old team.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not necessarily a revenge game, but it's more so like I want to show them, how far I've come, and I respect that. That's okay. But we want to show you guys how far we've come.
and that's the thing with like players playing their teams, their former teams. It's usually that player goes off. It's usually it always happens. It's like history. It happens in basketball. It happens every sport. And I feel like Tannehill will be that type of person in this, especially in this game, even though. Again, the code is against you. It could change. It could change a lot. It's not that Florida weather. The wind is kind of crazy over there, so just dealing with all that could really change, the outcome of a game. Now, if Tannehill would kind of, so we always say like we kind of go, oh, there's Miami Tannehill throwing picks. There's Miami. Oh, there he is. Like as long as if we can manage to control the ball and not turn it over, I have a good chance, a good feeling that we can beat you guys. It's you guys that create turnovers because the defense, Dolphins defense, have been creating turnovers. I think out of the last like I think 8 games. But
Yeah.
there's something weird about us playing the Dolphins. It never ends up good. I think overall, I think you guys the record is 21-16 for you guys. Like you guys beat us 21 times and only lost 16. Like we don't for some reason like we don't match up very well with the Dolphins, and it has to do. I mean, there's always been some weird shit that's gone on. Were you at the game in the longest game that they played? It was like 7 hours.
Oh, I was not there. That was like one of the cruddy days that I had to work, but
Okay,
that was
yeah.
some fun.
So yeah, like stuff like that, and that was Mike Rabel's first game coaching the Titans and stuff, and then you have that where it was like a 7 hour delay. We
Yeah.
lose Delaney Walker, our tight end, and it never works out with the Dolphins. There's always someone that gets hurt or something happens. It's the weirdest thing. Again, a couple years back, Marcus Mariota played. I think Cameron Wake hit him, sacked him, and took him out of the game as well. So just Miami itself, I never want to play because I'm like, oh, like they could be good, they could not, but we always come out more hurt than we come back like go into the game. So not really excited about that. Hopefully it's not a 7 hour delay because damn.
Yeah, no, please no. I don't want to be in the cold for 7 hours. It's been a while since I've seen snow. Like I haven't been back home to Pennsylvania in a bit. So I'm gonna be bundled up. Like you're gonna see like a new version of Dolphreaky, like the bundled up version.
Dolphreezy. What are you talking about?
Dolphreaky. There you
It's
go.
gonna be
But I'm
frozen.
excited. Like I'm excited for a new atmosphere and like yeah, it's gonna be a great game. I think it'll be a close one. It should be eventful. You know, there should be a lot of turnovers, hopefully, and we'll just see where it goes.
So what do you let's do predictions. I don't like giving out like the score because I'm usually really, really bad at that. I usually like just picking who's gonna win and why.
Yeah.
So who do you think?
So I think the Dolphins are gonna win. Duh.
Big on the Titans.
I
Okay.
will say a score. I think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna go with 21-17 Fins.
Okay. All right. All right. Nice. Nice. And who would be your breakout star in that game? Who do you think is gonna shine, regardless offense or defense? You can pick.
As of lately, my boy Waddle's been shining, so I think that's just going to continue. And we're starting to get some chemistry on offense, and so while I think the defense is really going to shine here, I think we still are going to have some good offensive play. So I'm going to call Waddle my MVP for this game.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with the Titans. Obviously, I think it will be a close game, but I think that defense is gonna eat. I mean, we have Jeffrey Simmons. Um, he's just a beast. We got Harold Landry who's coming back from the COVID list as well. That's been leading the Titans with I believe it's like 10 sacks or 11 sacks. So getting him back on the field, I think they're gonna smush Tua. I think it's gonna be a Tua sandwich. I think your
Are you guys
boy.
expecting Derrick Henry back yet or no?
No, not. I mean, there was always talk about him coming back, but you know what? At this point, he might be for the last game of the season. We have no news. They kind of keep it close to the chest, but still, I mean, I'm okay with our running backs that we have. I mean, obviously, no one can, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, and you can't replace that type of player, that type of talent.
No.
But at the same time, we have Foreman, and we have a couple other players, McNichols, the running back. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So that's
Good
what.
luck, but not too much luck.
Like I said, we'll do like a post game as well, and then we can talk trash to each other and see.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
if
do
the
it.
Dolphins, win, then I probably won't have you back on. But we'll see what happens. But,
We could still be friends.
yeah, there you go. We'll be friends. There we go.
I'll give you a couple of days to get over it.
Yeah, my friends will. My phone will be like I will turn off my phone because they're just gonna be blowing it up. He's already talking shit. So I have. Let me see if I can find this picture. So I took this a long time ago. This was like maybe like mid 2000, and I would always. This was an ex-girlfriend of mine. She was a Dolphins fan, so she had like a hat, And I'd always do like I always took this picture and I always send it to my friends every time the Dolphins play. I'm like, oh, Dolphins are playing. Good luck. I'll be like, I'll send this every time they'll score a touchdown. And it's just me, really skinny and young, with a Dolphins hat. And I'll be like, oh,
Oh my goodness, the
yeah.
iconic Dolphin hat.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send it to you. So every Sunday when the Dolphins would play, I'm like, hey guys, playoffs, and I would send that picture. So now they're like, oh, you guys, are you ready? They're like, are you ready, Mr. Titan? Like, and they make fun of me, but it's
You
pretty
can
funny.
always switch back to the Dolphins if you like, and we can change your decor, and you can do
No,
a Mr. Dolphin podcast. It would be so much fun.
I don't think I don't think I'll get that many views. I'll lose a lot of subscribers. Plus
We do have a lot of Dolphin podcasts, so
oh yeah, there's
it's
a
a
few.
tough world out there.
Yeah, there's a few Titan podcasts out there as well, and again, paint's not cheap, and it looks nice. I think it looks nice. Your background
It's a
looks
good color,
nice.
right? It's very popping.
I just don't have wigs.
No, but I can help you out with that.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I think I'll be I'll be okay with that. But question: you guys have we have a fan group called Ladies of Titans Twitter. Again, I know you were talking about it a little bit earlier before, and you have something similar. I mean, what we were seeing on Twitter was just what was it called, like um, what is it called?
Dolphin Darlings is one of
Dolphin
our Twitter
Darlings.
pages. It's actually run by a male fan.
Wow.
But he does like give a lot of the lady fans exposure, and he reposts a lot of things and retweets and stuff. So that's kind of like the Twitter hub for Dolphin female fans. And then we do have a ladies of football group, which is run by one of my good Dolphin friends, Evie Moran. She runs this page, and it's all women fans from around the NFL.
Nice.
So we've got some Titan ladies in there. We've got ladies from all over the NFL. So when other teams travel to our neck of the woods, we make sure we get pictures, and it's just like we all share our game day outfits, and it's just we have a lot of fun in that group.
See, that's really good, especially females. I have the Ladies of Titans Twitter. I had them all on my show just because they were starting off, and there was a bunch of them. Again, it was just females who felt more comfortable, talking to each other about football. Because sometimes, I mean, there's a lot of douchebags out there that don't really accept that and stuff like that. We're not like that, but so that's what she did. Her name was Stephanie. Stephanie made this whole page for the females and stuff like that, and she's actually our 12th Titan, which is pretty cool. So she's gonna go this Sunday. She'll be honored as the 12th Titan, and she gets to put the sword. It's kind of like a ritual. We get the Titan sword, and we put it in the middle of the field right before the game. So she's
Very
gonna
cool.
be there. So I mean, you'll see her. And
okay, cool.
yeah, so I invited them onto the show, and it was chaotic though, because I think it was like 12 girls, and I was trying to get them all in at the same time, and half of them were nervous, so some of them were drinking wine still, and I was trying like, okay, you're next, and they're like, oh wait, when am I on? And it was fun. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I had to do actually 2 shows because I couldn't fit too many people on all at once. So I had to do it's a like I said, it's a really, really big group, and again they love and support the Titans. But I would love to get the Dolphin female fans on as well. Try to do like a little collab with all of them, and that would be kind of cool. Just maybe
I
after
could definitely try to arrange that.
Yeah.
A lot of my female fans are we're kind of spread out all over the place, but that would be fun to get everybody together and do a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's I know you were saying a lot of the girls were nervous. It's taken me a long time to get comfortable with doing this sort of thing. It was only maybe a year and a half, 2 years that I did my first guest appearance, and I was drinking the wine too. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, and it was it was just about me, and it's easy for me to just talk about my life. And so then I just got more and more comfortable with it, but it takes time.
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and it's something that not everyone's comfortable with, or just doing a podcast and stuff. Like I still all the time, but throughout as time goes on, I've gotten better. I've gotten a little bit it's easier to talk to people now. Like it's so much easier just to a random person just start talking, having a conversation. So that's a plus. But yeah, no
Yeah.
wine drinking for me today.
No,
Maybe
me neither. I just had a cup of chocolate milk, so
there we go.
I needed a little sugar. That was good.
But yeah, but like I said, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. It was a blast, and we'll definitely see what happens this Sunday, and hopefully the Tennessee Titans will claim the AFC South for the time uh second time in a row, and hopefully we can get that number one spot because we need Kansas City to lose so we can get that bye week. But if not, we might end up playing you guys again in the playoffs.
Yeah, best of luck. I hope we see you in the playoffs.
Uh,
Everyone fins up,
oh God, yeah.
and we'll be
Tighten
exchanging
up.
during the game.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and you have a good night. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.